Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow! Next time, episode 105.
Let's go. NK will soon join us. Laps will soon join us, hopefully. But before we announce the big special guest on this podcast, special guests on this podcast,
Orality.
it's your boy Nafi, formerly known as a foolish. It's your boy Nafi, foolish professional, formerly known as a VHS Pappy. To my left, I got
Del Boy, aka No Cell Del. I'm not doing my intro ever again. No, I'm not doing my intro ever again. I've changed my mind.
this guy's UFC.
I'm not doing my intro ever again. It's Del Boy, aka No Cell.
I like that though.
That's
It's nice. It's very corporate. I like that.
That's
Corporate
it.
Del.
Right to censor. It might come back one day. I have to be persuaded.
It'll come back.
innit?
Once I play
I have to be motivated.
Once I play that grand beat, it'll come back for sure.
We'll see.
In front of us, we got this special guest, man.
We've been meaning to get this link up done from time. You know, we've been supporting each other from more or less the beginning at this point. So, guys, take it away.
Take it away.
Hey, how's it going? It is Sam, commonly known as the VA Mod, newly christened IQ Wrestler Junior. Yes, the kids can call me IG.
Let's go.
I am 1/3 of the Sweet Chinwag podcast, as well as a video editor with a huge case of imposter syndrome. You might have seen my work with such guys as Joseph Montesilio, Nova, Cherry Chase, and so many others. So many others, including our own stuff as well, yeah. And I've got to go plug Sweet Chinwag.
Yeah. I am Ridden. I am the part of the Sweet Chinwag Triforce.
Come, yeah. We want people to see your name.
Okay. Yeah. Come see the moneymaker. You know. Now, I'm Ridden. I am the part of the Sweet Chinwag that don't do anything. I don't do nothing.
You do something. You're a freelance filmmaker, man.
No.
You do bits. You hold a camera.
No.
You do bits. Come on, man.
I am a freelance videographer, editor, all-around man who runs around with a camera. And I want it stated for the record, I was the one who gave the Sweet Chinwag its name.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So he's the pioneer. He's the pioneer.
I was the one.
Make some noise for the pioneer right now.
Let's go.
Grazie.
Let's go.
But now, and I'm the one who's just been on this wild ass ride with these two guys, which I love and adore. So here we go, and now we are.
Yeah.
Go on, bring this down. You can,
Sure down. Hi, I am Dan of the Sweet Chinwag Podcast, making up the final third. I think throughout the time we've been doing this, I've become our resident news person and resident social media manager. I'll be honest, don't know how that one happened.
Because I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, no one else was going to do it. I think when it comes to me and social media, the only phrase I can use of is out of touch. But I do my best at it. And as I said, I've just been going through helping everyone through on this wacky ride through organising interviews and promotion, brand deals, and all that crazy stuff that we somehow ended up doing.
Isn't it nuts that in the nearly 2 years we've been doing this is the first time we've physically been
I was going to say.
Oh, really?
So no joke, right?
So you don't wait. Oh, so you guys are friends, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen each other before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
So
by the way, your mask is cold.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Right, this was made by a seller on Etsy from Mexico called De Nuevo Vintage, and they do loads of lucha face masks.
That's the pocket. Yeah. We got Rey Mysterio on.
Rey Mysterio, Jushin Liger,
okay.
Budimon, El Santo.
Send the link to the DM us the link.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That's dope.
But yeah, no. So it is crazy to think that in terms of actually doing this show, this is the first time that we are physically all together in a room, because that crazy thing that's been going on for the last 2 years, because we've been saying to each other for the longest time, I think since about October 2020, about getting like promotional photos done. Yeah. And every time we've organised it, COVID's come back around again.
That's crazy.
Like the lockdown just happened again.
Yeah.
No
Do
way.
you know it's crazy? Like what we did, it was crazy. Before the lockdown actually happened, we had we do this thing called Media Day, right? And we link up in the studio and we just shoot bare content. And I don't know what happened. We shot thousands of content. You see the video of us like doing like the Raw. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
The Raw intro. We shot that before the lockdown. So when lockdown's happened now, we've just released all this stuff. And people thinking, what? You lot still got a studio or something? So I think that was a blessing.
Like
a year later,
yeah.
We shot bare stuff. Even some of the stuff from Whose Song Is It? We shot time ago. Yeah. We just dropped it.
We had so many plans. We were ready to go.
Yeah.
And then
Lockdown.
And it happened again because we were meant to last year, like December time. Yeah, December time. We sponsored a football match.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. We had we had like a Sweet Chinwag ball with our logo on it.
Chatting shit.
No.
What team? What team?
So, my team. My local Thamesmead team.
I'll tell you. Okay.
So what it was I think a thing we want to get through very quickly is when it comes to like the business side of things, we are not normal people.
Not one bit.
And throughout the entire course of doing this, our kind of prerogative has always been, how can we be different to everyone else?
Yeah.
So we came up with this idea that I got from just scrolling through Instagram, where I found there was this team that was like a moderately sized like community team, and they were saying, we want people to be match ball sponsors. And so I started thinking, could we do this? Like, how dumb would this be?
Yeah.
And so throughout the entire time talking about this, Reardon mentioned Thamesmead Town or Thamesmead Sporting, whatever they're called now.
Yeah, it's a Thamesmead Sporting now.
Yeah. And I basically got in touch with them and said, could we be a match day sponsor?
That's a good shout though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it turns out it works.
And it turns out it worked pretty nicely, and then in fact, I think we're due for it this Saturday.
No, we are due for it this Saturday. But on that Saturday,
so we have our logo in a football program.
That's sick.
That's proper sick.
That's sick.
But
Make some noise for the logo.
Trust me.
We did also say at some point, if we have the money for it, we'll do Enfield Town as well.
Why not?
Who are sponsored by
NXT
UK.
You know, just funny. A few people. There's a guy that played for the football team called PK Humble. Pick up PK Humble. And a lot of people saw him in the football kit, the NXT logo, and people messaging me saying, "Wait, is WWE sponsoring this team?" I was like, "No, it's not. It's WWE, but it's NXT UK that's sponsoring it, not WWE itself, not Vince McMahon saying, yeah, this is Enfield, I'll support Enfield." like in Chicago, what's the Chicago Bears?
This is his answer for trying to buy Newcastle all those years ago. Is he could only
I remember that. He tried to buy.
Well, what was it? Doesn't Triple H say he's a West Ham fan?
Yes.
Yeah, he is apparently.
Yeah.
Sledgehammers. That's the
The
only.
best
That's
team,
to say, it's the Hammers.
the best team to support still. The best team to support. Go on, Yammers. Yeah. Bro, do you know where should we start? Rev Pro or Royal Rumble?
Let's start with Royal Rumble because we were speaking about it beforehand. How did you guys fight in Royal Rumble?
I did not care for it. I will say that as much.
I'll be honest. Not the biggest fan of it at all, really.
Talk about lifeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Really.
Yeah, like that was it. That was what I mean. I just DM'd them and I was like, this has got nothing to it. It just feels like any other day, and that's not good.
I mean, you know, it's going to be remembered in all the worst ways possible when your WrestleMania sign sets on fire.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, when we saw the news, because we went to Hooked on Wrestling. Big up Hooked on Wrestling. They do amazing viewing parties. So I think what actually saved us from like the shitness of it was that we're all together, just having a vibe, enjoying it.
Because that's the thing. So one of our guys, Matty, over at WrestleBuddy, was there live. I said like where was it?
St.
Ohio.
St. Louis.
He was there, yeah.
Yeah. So he was saying like, you know, for everyone saying it was a bad show, that actually being in the crowd was a very different feeling.
What do you mean different feeling as in what? As in
people were saying like, you know, I think we were rightfully saying that the show was not that great, but for him being there in person, seeing it, was saying like, well, I had fun, and there was people cheering and stuff. Like I said, though, I think the biggest thing with it though was it just had nothing to it, and I think when you really get down to it, it kind of failed in the kind of goals that the Royal Rumble tries to achieve.
And this is what I wanted to get to. Do you know what it is? Sorry, bro. On the day, you obviously after the Brock Lesnar and Lashley match, Doughboy was vexed. But I didn't understand the reason why Doughboy was vexed. He was like, okay, cool. The way they've now positioned Bobby Lashley looks like a waste man now because of the way he's gone out. Like, because me personally, I was happy that he won. one. But I don't know, watching back, seeing that happen after seeing him come out at Royal Rumble and he's not selling nothing, not even like his neck or a leg. I get his
on Raw, you mean?
Yeah, no, on Royal Rumble.
No, as in when he came back.
When he came back to Rumble, man came back like he didn't have a match. Brock Lesnar came out and he was like not selling the neck, leg, arm, shoulder, a hip, nothing. He just came out, same thing, eliminated everyone, and it was done. And I'm like, I see the reason why you're vexed.
No, I'm 100%
I
with
see.
you.
Explain the theory.
I think more so for me, the reason I was upset was that, okay, cool. Maybe we can all agree on this, but this Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, depending on your stance, this is probably like the last dream match there is in WWE.
Yeah.
Prior to that, like, even now, I can't think of any other dream match there is.
There's not.
Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley has been something that people have been looking forward to from
Ruthless,
2006,
ruthless,
2007,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So the fact that we finally gotten it, it's been dodged over the years now. We finally gotten it. From the vignettes to the promos, you know, Brock Lesnar made Bobby Lashley look like a little boy,
Like a dickhead.
So in my head, my thinking was, you know what, Bobby Lashley is going to win some way or the other. Yeah. I'm not expecting it to be Bobby Lashley dominating the whole match, but it's going to be a good back and forth. Like if you put them on paper, match wise, and if you look at them physically,
50-50, 60-40.
60-40.
Yeah.
You know, so as the match is progressing, you're seeing Brock Lesnar battering Bobby Lashley. In my head, I'm thinking, you know what, this is the type of match where I'm expecting. But Bobby Lashley's going to at least get some sort of offense. Brock Lesnar goes for the F5. The referee gets hit.
Shenanigans.
Roman Reigns comes in, hits thing with the belt.
Yeah.
Spears him, hits him with the belt. The next thing you know, rather than Bobby Lashley at least like get up and do a move or something. Like if Brock Lesnar had kicked out of the belt shot, what are you saying, bro? If Brock Lesnar had kicked out of the belt shot, and then Bobby would have then come back and hit him with a spear or something, or got him into the full Nelson, I would have been fine.
You forgot one thing.
What?
Roman Reigns literally told us how he felt about Bobby Lashley as well. Man threw the
Yeah.
towel.
Oh yeah, through the side, yeah.
That was
The
disrespectful.
WWE title.
The one that Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart and Stone Cold were holding.
That's good. That's one reason I'm starting to like Roman Reigns now. That's good. That's amazing. Do you know what I mean?
I get that.
Yeah.
I get it like that.
That-
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I'd say, right? That match between Lesnar and Lashley, in my mind, should have been like sub 10-minute, just absolute bullfight.
No, I didn't want that.
them-
Do you know I didn't want that?
So you wanted it to be a technical classic?
No, not technical classic, but do you know when they showed the thing? NK said, by the way, NK, just quickly.
Yo, it's man now too sweet to be sour. AK the host Japanese correspondent, AK the CEO, President, Commissioner of the TDM.
TDM and tatters.
That's cool.
But yeah, so what I was saying is, yeah, because obviously they showed the vignettes, right?
Yeah.
Of cool.
And the videos were amazing, right?
Roman,
They were.
Brock
They
used to
sold it.
Brock used to be a Greco wrestler. Is it Greco, right?
Nah,
Collegiate wrestler. Bobby used to be a collegiate wrestler. Even the way they went into the ring. When have you ever seen Brock recently hold like go in a what's the thing called when they hold each other again?
Yeah, they went for a full
They look. When have you ever seen Brock going for a lockup?
Yeah.
When have you ever seen that? Brock done that on Saturday, bro.
Yeah.
When he done it, I was like, yes, we're in for a good match. If it was Goldberg, I had Goldberg spear, F5 through the table, through the barriers, yes, pin 1, 2, 3, amen. This one deserved a proper good match from where it even started.
Yeah, that's what. But like,
I wasn't
this
expecting
match,
that. I wasn't expecting that. I can't lie.
This match was the only match where I actually really wanted to see how it was gonna go. The rest of them, I was kind of I'm just gonna like ride it and like see what it. But that match was the match I'm like, yeah, because this could easily be a good like 15-minute back and forth because it's like, because Lashley's the only guy of that size
that can take on Brock Lesnar.
That can physically, you see him and he's like, yeah, you could take him.
I'm never be
Never
deep here. A lot of people say they want to see Walter versus Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I don't think that's a fair contest. I'm even being deep.
Looking at it now, it's not.
It's not a fair
It doesn't even make sense
contest.
to me at this point.
If Walter were to fight Brock Lesnar now,
I think as well though, the thing is, it's just the way that WWE put so much stock into positioning Brock Lesnar at this point. That just, again, they're stuck with the problem that we said about before we were talking, where really there's just such a big gap between people at this point.
oh, in terms of hierarchy, you said in
terms of hierarchy, there's just such a huge gap at this point that it's like, you know, you're like, who's the credible person to beat Brock? And then you're just sitting there just looking at the roster page, just like, well, not him, not him, not him, not him, not him, and just kind of going back through it. And again, I think it's one of the problems that they've kind of left themselves in at this point.
Yeah.
Are you done with the Brock?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, even on touching on that, the reason I was even more so upset as well is the fact that if you look at both of Bobby Lashley's wins, like fair enough, he's beaten 2 former WWE champions, but at the same time, he literally just edged it. Look at someone like Kofi Kingston. No matter what you say about his reign, it was
amazing.
The way he won it,
it was amazing. A moment.
My favourite match.
Incredible, do you know what I mean? Whereas if I look at Bobby Lashley now, he might have a good reign. His first reign wasn't too bad. He might have a good reign coming up. But yeah, the history books are going to say, yeah, he defeated The Miz, he defeated Brock Lesnar. But it's just more so the way he beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of it whatsoever.
Yeah, it's gonna have a big asterisk just sitting over it.
Yeah. And go
on.
Another thing I was going to mention is this, cool. When he did enter the Royal Rumble, I know I said the no self thing. I was pissed off about that. One. Number 2, nothing as well was that literally made me get irate was the fact that the people that he was eliminating and in the manner he was eliminating. Riddle, you're throwing him out the ring like he's a little boy. Even though he eliminated Drew, there was like, I get you fight off the the Claymore kick, have a bit of thing, but you're F5ing him out the ring.
Yeah.
Like that damn it, trust me. Like here comes the pain. Here comes the pain. You have your finisher. You can just throw them out the ring. Yeah. Like at least let these guys like look a bit more credible with Brock at least, because you've now damaged these guys' stock.
I was shocked at how Brock just eliminated Drew like he was just
a little man.
Especially when you look back 2 years ago, and the biggest moment of that was Drew
eliminating Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I legitimately thought, okay, we're gonna get a 1-on-1 10 minutes.
Yeah, like do you know that a standoff at least. Point to the logo. And after then they go hammer and tongs, but it was just straight. Listen, if I had to put it in a nutshell, everyone's stock in the final final 5.
Yeah.
Everyone's stock went down.
I mean, again,
I feel that's for both.
Again, though, I think.
What do you mean? Women's.
I think.
Women's one wasn't good.
Because I think it is though that problem with the hierarchy. Because again, we're looking at this and we're saying 2 years ago the biggest thing was Drew eliminating Brock, and it feels like even that wasn't actually capitalized on.
It wasn't.
They just kind of were like, "Hey, here's Brock and Drew." You'd think that they have a moment between of Brock being like, you're the guy that eliminated me.
Time.
It's time.
There was no story being told.
There was nothing being told.
Do you know? Say what he's gonna say first night, Sven. You said the women's, right?
Yeah, I said the women's. I feel like this is the first Rumble in a while that I felt like nobody has come out of this looking better.
No.
Usually every Rumble is able to dictate like, okay, cool. These are the final 6, final 5. These are the people that are gonna have a great year this coming year. Whereas this time around, all the people we kind of expected to have a good year, they either got eliminated early. Like people like Sasha, Shayna had a terrible showing. Like Riddle was having a decent showing.
The way Bianca got eliminated.
Got thrown out. Austin Theory, who I felt like, he's going to do quite well in this Rumble.
Got thrown out.
AJ, who I expected.
Madcap Moss.
Do you know what I mean? It makes no sense.
I was hoping AJ was going to win it this year. I thought, right, what a way
I thought it might have been.
In a way to cap off, maybe we've got a couple of years left. He's done everything. Why not just put a Royal Rumble on him, man? Ye of little faith.
This in a nutshell, this is a Royal Fumble, fam. That's the
it is a Royal Fumble. It is
the Royal Fumble, fam.
Hey now. At least Bad Bunny got his moment. Yeah.
That pissed me off as well. I'm sorry.
Fumble pissed me off. The fact that Johnny Knoxville and Bad Bunny were had the most ovation throughout this whole event. It's crazy.
Bad Bunny pissed me off. You know why? Why is he standing up to Brock Lesnar?
Why not?
No. Deep it. No. Bro, I know Bad Bunny's a DLC in this Royal Rumble, yeah? Who is he to stand up to Brock Lesnar? He stood up to Brock Lesnar. At least have some sort of if you're gonna do the hierarchy thing, do it properly.
Bro, I'm telling you, is that Latin energy.
Fam, everyone else was shook at Brock Lesnar.
They will do it with
everyone else was shook at Brock Lesnar but him. Matt Riddle shook.
Yeah, you saw the way that he handled Bobby Lashley. He's like, fuck it. If that's what he did to Bobby Lashley, you can't do that much to me.
DLC being shook.
He's that guy at 2 a.m. who just sees someone and goes, yeah, I reckon I can take him.
But yeah, that Royal Rumble pissed me off. The Seth, kudos to Seth, because Seth kept me going, man. That first match.
Mate, Seth put his heart and soul into that.
He is great. Seth is great, man.
Seth gave me hope, which is kind of slightly worse, but...
Yeah. That first match.
It's a terrifying concept.
The way it ended was shit, though.
I didn't mind the way it ended. I don't think the match is as good as I...
When you were watching it back,
When I watched it back, I said, if Seth wasn't wearing the shoulder tie, nobody would actually care about this match. Really and truly. They've had way better matches.
Mandem saw my face through that match. I was like, I knew what the shoulder thing did, but I've seen them have better matches, so...
Like the pacing of it was mad weird. Like they got off to an incredibly fast pace, and then it just slowed down. I was like, okay.
It's like I liked the match overall. I do, but I think it was just after the match was over is when it got a bit like him holding on to it, I'm just going to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kill him and then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
If he just killed him and then left Seth just laughing, that would have been I would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But then when we got to the chair shots and I was like,
Is Seth an elimination chamber now?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, he is.
You could have now played another story with Roman Reigns then.
Well, the original.
Look, there's a lot of questions I have about the Elimination Chamber, to be honest.
Even when they going to change the name?
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, what WrestleMania Elimination Chamber? You mean?
yeah, but it's not called that now, is it? It's just called.
Well, the only thing they've done so far is they've changed the logo, so it's now green because it's in Saudi Arabia.
In the beautiful city of Jeddah,
Green,
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I will reserve my comments.
Yeah. That's nuts, man. What else happened in Rumble that you pretty
Beth and Edge versus Maurice.
do you know? I'm sorry to say that was.
I'm sorry. I think you said
Windbreak.
that wrong. I believe it was the It couple versus the Grit couple. I hated that.
That is when they announced that, I was literally just dying inside. But hey, I mean, maybe it's a thing for WWE to be like that. One of the biggest pops that came out of that match was the one moment where they were like, "Oh my God, Beth Phoenix is going to fight The Miz."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So maybe that's a potential change. I don't see intergender wrestling being on WWE's radar anytime soon, but hey, I can have a tiny bit of hope.
I don't know if it's me, but I like intergender wrestling.
I think it's great.
Especially when the woman actually thrashes the man. Do you get what I mean? Like China back.
If anyone's ever seen a Charlie Evans match,
Charlie Evans, she's sick. I've seen her twice now.
Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting for Asuka to just slap somebody? Slap somebody in the male competition.
I wanted Chris Statlander versus Adam Cole, but everyone was like, no, you can't do that. AEW will get cancelled. But I wanted that match. I thought that'd be a good match.
Now that would have been a good lights out match.
come on,
we need to go to AW because I saw something funny. AW wasn't that bad this week, but I saw something funny in AW which I wanted to comment on. But yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, the Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy on top of the thingy, and
yeah.
Adam Cole's doing Harlem Shake. You seen it?
I was watching the match earlier today, and I was just.
Fam, he's on the top here, and it's like I think Adam Cole was just trying to act like he can't go anywhere, innit? And he was like shaking like a wet fish, fam. But yeah, I find that funny.
I've seen that edited with My Heart Will Go On as well, and it makes it 10 times more emotional.
Yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that. Someone needs to put him on a boat and make it look like Titanic. Four way. Other than Royal Rumble this week, terrible Royal Fumble this week, we had greatness happen in the UK. We had a great pay-per-view. I think one of the best pay-per-views we've ever seen live and even seen ever. High stakes, RevPro high stakes. Big up you guys at RevPro. You guys put on a great show. You guys literally saved the day. If you guys had a dead pay-per-view and we had a dead Royal Rumble, I would have just spent the whole evening eating wings. Just give me the give me the 4K.
To be honest, if it was good, I would have eaten all the wings anyway.
I would say, I want to meet the chef. I want to eat what the chef is cooking in front of me as well. But yeah, RevPro was a great show. We had matches from RKJ versus who's RKJ versus Ethan Allen. Solid match. We had Charlie Evans as well for the Women's Championship against Alex Windsor. We had Gabriel Kidd versus Francisco Akira.
It is mad how good the two of them are.
Fam.
Francisco's been killing it in Japan for the last year.
From the get-go, yeah. Like, even, man, I'm even upset that I'd even filmed that part. Bro, as soon as Gabriel Kidd came off, he took off his top, yeah, and the bell rang, yeah. Come and see the way he was slapping up. Like on the next level, the chest was red from the get.
Mate, that's those young lions practice.
Yeah.
It's true.
NK was having an out body experience, man.
And completely justified.
Yeah,
he was moving mad.
Yeah, that match was very mad for me because I was like, I just saw it. Even there was a moment where he literally did the Shibata sit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm invested. Like, I even at Gabe where I showed him a clip of like my reaction during the show. I said, I'm invested. Like, he's my guy. I still need to check out the Eddie Kingston match.
Bro, you still haven't seen that?
Yeah, that match was mad.
I've just been busy in it, but I need to check out that match.
There is an absolute wealth of just absolutely fantastic Gabriel Kidd matches out there.
Wasn't he on What Culture Pro Wrestling?
He was.
He was one of the very first kind of like signings they made for that company.
Yeah.
Man, I'm invested.
How old is my man? 20? He says so what?
24.
24.
Nuts.
24.
He's
gonna be a champion.
He will be. And
even
if maybe New Japan doesn't see the same thing in him, he's going to get at least a good 4 runs with a never open weight if he stays there.
Yeah.
I think the young lions that have coming out, the ones that just graduated, so like him, Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin.
Yep.
Alex Coughlin was
Carl
sick.
Fredericks.
Yeah.
Those 4 alone, crazy.
That LA Dojo is something special,
mate.
Well, because I was going to say, because was it? Even now, I think he's on his 2nd year now after graduating. But Ren Narita is coming up pretty bloody huge.
The one had the match with Shabar.
Yeah, he's coming up pretty huge right now.
Yeah,
it's a bright future for them right now. And the thing is, actually, NJPW Strong is actually really coming into its own as a product now.
Yeah.
They've really kind of found themselves in what they want to be. Unfortunately, they still hire and contract a couple people who I don't like for various reasons.
Same.
All I'm gonna say is his name is 3 individual letters.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
Is it Mazalid?
No, I don't have to believe it. Fuck that nigga, TJP, innit?
Yeah.
I don't find. Do you know what it is?
Nah, he's just problematic. I don't know. He's just mad problematic.
In amongst all this problematic stuff, I just don't like him.
The thing is with him, with TJP, is like he's always been very, very talented. But it's just his mouth and his brain that gets him in trouble.
That sounds mad still.
Crazy still. I'm bleeping that out.
I'm playing, but yeah.
No, yeah, it's just his attitude just gets him nowhere. Like I remember a tweet, someone must have tweeted him. What did they tweet him? They tweeted him.
Was it the one about when you've been in the ring with them, who have you had to like defer to for experience? You're like, I've never had to. To be honest, I've never had to do that for anyone. And I'm like, think about the people you have been in the ring with.
You faced
Jushin Liger, Bryan Danielson, and you're saying you haven't. You're like, oh no, it's okay. I'll lead this match. Now, get out of here, man. Get out.
Crazy.
But yeah,
Rev
Pro, yeah. So the main event we had in. Wait, did I miss any other matches? Yeah, tag team match, Aussie Open versus Sunshine Machine. Yeah, they tore the show down.
Sunshine Machine.
Lots of near falls. Like I felt like I was watching a Lucha Bros and FTR match, but it was cool. Nevertheless, it was cool. Nice match. They came out at the end, celebrated with us. You know, everyone got a feel of the belt as well. So big up these guys. Big up Sunshine Machine. Then onto the main event. Oh my gosh, this main event was literally. I felt like I was watching. I was watching a penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Like England versus Portugal, 2004. If you guys remember that penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And even worse, we're talking Uruguay versus Ghana, 2010.
For my sins.
South Africa. Like that was one of the that match there. I had tears. I had goosebumps. I had high blood pressure. You name it. Everything was involved. I felt like I was watching that match. When Michael Oku came out, his entrance alone literally made me feel some type of way. If you watch the vlog, you hear me saying countless times, I've got goosebumps.
I had goosebumps watching your our vlog and Mex's vlog as well. Like his entrance, even Will Ospreay as well. We'll talk about Will Ospreay.
He's come out to the ring now. He's done his thing, and we're still like pumped up. He's come up to us, looked at our face, we're like, yeah, we're getting pumped. we're getting gassed. We're getting gassed in it. We're getting gassed.
1-1.
And after, Ospreay comes out, and we know what to expect from Ospreay. Braggadocious. He goes off to the family, and we're like, oh shit, he's gonna fight Mumsy. He's gonna fight Mumsy. So we like literally everyone's like trying to see what's happening. Then nothing happens. Going to the ring, and this is when things get real. When the announcer starts announcing these guys' names, and they're both looking at each other in the face, the goosebumps starts in. Look, I've even got goosebumps now.
As I keep saying, stare downs in wrestling are really, really good when they're done right.
What Ospreay looking at thingy Michael Oku, and I'm like, fam, this is nuts. Match kicks off, and straight madness, straight mad. Like for me personally, if Dave Meltzer doesn't give that match 5-star, then I don't know. Honestly, if you watched it back, go watch. I'm even trying to exaggerate. I don't know how it is back on the vlog. I don't know how it is back on the actual recording, the playback of the match on VOD, whatever they've got. Yeah. But when we were there, like we felt like we was witnessing something different, like a shift in British wrestling. I couldn't really explain I can't really explain. Every single moment I was like, Del Boy and Sam are missing this. And like I've never seen blood before in wrestling live. And that was my first time seeing blood, and I was like, oh my gosh. I don't even know I'm too good. NK, even share your experience, because I don't know if I'm brown nosing or saying that because Michael Oku is our guy, but fam, like,
nah, it was honestly one of the best matches I've ever seen. Like, well, I've only seen a couple matches live, but it's by far like the best match I've seen live, and but like we already went through the beginning of the card, and the rest of the card was good, but that match was just like on a different level.
Yeah.
I think it's Will Ospreay's best ever performance as a heel. And Michael Oku just came across as one of the most genuine baby faces, like in wrestling today. Like the emotion he was able to draw from us, the crowd. I mean, there were moments where Gigi putting this out to me, where like he was in the ring and he'd look towards his girlfriend like for inspiration and help, and it was just like there was a spot. I don't want to like get into every spot because I want people to watch the match, but like. Yeah, like it was incredible. It was like I said, it was Will Ospreay's best performance as a heel. And listen, I was like, you see a lot of Will Ospreay slander online, saying he's a spot monkey. This, dead that. None of that talk shall be tolerated on my watch. None of that. No, Will Ospreay.
All right, should I leave then?
Will Ospreay is the guy.
Dan, I'm gonna need you to just stay where you are, and not fight this man, please.
He really did a good job of like shifting the crowd, like because at the beginning everyone was cheering on Michael Oku, everyone in the thing. Then at in the middle of the match, like everyone just shifted. Everyone started saying Will Ospreay. I'm like, fam, this is actually nuts. And even a part of me, like obviously Michael, big up you, bro. Like you're my guy. A part of me started even looking at Will Ospreay thinking, yeah, this guy's a shit. This guy's a shit.
So good. It's like, you know what? Yeah, you're my guy, but this one is too good. I can't just like,
fam.
I can't fight it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I'm backing you, but I've got to let it go on this one.
Fam, it's nuts, bro. Like I'm looking at Will Ospreay and I'm like, you're something special, fam. Like it's nuts. Like bro. But yeah, like the match was good. Finished off like I didn't want to spoil the finish. Can I spoil the finish? It was already out there.
Don't spoil the
It was
finish.
a brutal finish.
It was a crazy finish.
It
Crazy
was
finish. Both of them were telling great stories in the ring.
Hey, you want to know about the finish? Go watch the match.
Exactly. Go watch the match.
There's a free 2-week trial on Rev Pro's
yeah.
VOD at the moment. So
Yeah. British wrestling is great again, man. It has been great. You know, so
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
yeah. And also, it's just nice. Like a lot of eyes, now there's gonna be a lot of eyes on British wrestling now. A lot of people are gonna look at British wrestling and be like, yeah, this is the part to watch, because obviously it's booming in Japan, it's booming in America. I don't know about Germany, so I know they got the WXW. Is it still booming down there?
They're still going strong.
they're still
They're still
I mean,
going
they got some pretty good names in for 16 karat gold. That's coming up
Have
this
they
year.
announced the people that are going to be in it?
They haven't got the full spread of people, but I think they've got about 4 of
Yeah.
the people that are due to be in it, and they've got some decent names from. I think they've got 2 in from Japan this year.
Okay. Are
So-
WWE still working with them? Because I know there was
They're still on the
The
network.
network.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think anybody from next to UK might be on it?
Probably not. I'd maybe at stretch someone from something like ICW
yeah,
at
makes
most, but
I've frankly made my peace with NXT UK. So frankly, for them, I think it's kind of dead in the water. I hate to say it, I really do. I don't enjoy saying it, but I just don't see it.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, we've always said we're not even sure if WWE remember that they own NXT UK at this point. Just by the vein of how they kind of go about recognizing and remembering any of it.
Do you know what it is? I feel like NXT UK needs to go back on the road, man. 100%.
Oh,
The BT Sport Arena, we went there for one showing and it was sick. The energy was sick, but it was missing that like the British. What's the word I'm looking for?
The British.
I mean, I've always
Ambience. You know how
we've always said, compared to American crowds, British crowds are really a
best.
different beast.
With the best crowd.
And I think that extends through so much stuff. But I think the biggest thing is that so much of wrestling fan culture in here is kind of similar to like football culture.
That's
over
what I
here.
was gonna say. It's very football culture. So like people will be saying chants like they were saying football, like something like, well, like I can't even give an example, but yeah, the same chants you hear in like an Arsenal match, the same match you hear in a thing match. You know what I mean?
And that's
ole ole ole, oi oi oi, and everyone's like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
and like that's so much of the the feeling behind it and behind those shows. And I think just without that, it's missing something.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of like, I remember because we weren't allowed to like cheer and do certain things, but during matches you would hear like coughing and it's like, okay, do you know what I mean? But then like
The Japanese clap only crowds.
it's it is into the matches they do put on entertainer. We saw Dragunov versus A-Kid. That was a very entertaining match.
The two great talents.
Two guys going against each other, like just smacking chest and all that sort of stuff. Crazy match, but yeah, it is missing. Like, they need to go back on the road. Definitely.
Yeah.
To go back
Yeah.
and
they should be in. I think. Well, I spoke to Shah. Big up Shah Samuels. Yeah, they will be going back on the road, or they will be bringing live crowd back in like properly.
Onto BT Sport or just on the road?
He didn't clarify, but there will be like proper crowds coming in soon.
I was gonna say that feeling that we got at the Michael Oku show with Ospreay, we're gonna have that same feeling for Cara Noir versus Warren Banks. I guarantee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're watching that at Progress. I think
So
25th, right?
excited for that to happen.
Are you there? Yeah. You there?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, not going to be there.
Oh,
but
shit.
I'm so excited to see what happens to those two. Warren Banks has been on the
He's been
radar,
on smoke. Man.
and I've been telling so many people to like get into finding out about him. Even people over in the US.
Sick.
Like
Warren Banks, you heard that? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the camera's done. Yeah, battery died. But yeah, Warren Banks, you heard that? Yeah. So, yeah, man. What am I saying? Flipping. Yeah. Back to Rev Pro.
Yeah, you guys spoke about it.
Yeah. Another thing as well that I saw on the day was there was a moment in the match where Ospreay was looking at us. I don't know if he's had our podcast in it. Yeah. He had Michael Oku in the chokehold there.
And he put the middle finger up to
And he's looking at us. He's looking at us like, let's put the finger up us in it. And we got gas, and I was like, yeah, we're in the building, baby. It was nice. It was nice, man. It was nice. But yeah, like I was saying, the eyes are now on. It's nice that I think the eyes are on there. It's been on there for a very long time, but this is gonna be more eyes to UK wrestling, in it. Wherever these guys go,
Because there was a worry, especially for a lot of fans, because when we heard that WWE were going to start a UK brand, oh god, they're going to gut the entire indie scene, and that's it, and we're not going to get another kind of like another boom period. But I feel it's really good to see that there is the rumblings of another boom period coming, and I'm really glad that Michael is at the forefront of that, because he is so flipping good, so flipping good.
No, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, what other wrestlers do you think, well, outside of Will and Michael, what other UK wrestlers do you think would be good crossovers in the States?
Huge one for me, Joe Lando.
Big up my bro, Joe Lando.
You know, Joe Lando.
He's amazing.
I'd love to see him getting some stuff going with someone like an Alex Zane over at GCW. Or like, like Alex Zane, Ninja Mac, some stuff like that, because he just goes absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Man like DeReese.
Big up.
Yeah.
Big up. Huge fan of his. Love to see him start doing some stuff over there. Be cool if maybe for GCWs for the culture. Bring some black British talent over for it.
No, that'd be sick. I know they're doing the next one in April. I can't remember. But
for the collective weekend.
Yeah, they've got one coming up. Yeah, WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, they've got 6 out of 12 shows announced already.
Gosh,
including just today or yesterday they announced Bloodsport
8. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Which is a highlight of our year.
Yeah. Bloodsport. Last year's Bloodsport was quite sick. It was sick seeing Marina Schaefer come on.
Oh,
Her match with who was it against again?
Was it not Marsha?
Marsha, yeah.
Son of a chef.
Sick.
That Barnett Mox match as well was like, that was one of my
sick
favourites of last year. It was just everything I wanted from like a Bloodsport.
Yeah. And Scofflin had a sick match as well. Yeah, no, Bloodsport last year was amazing.
I hear nothing but Bloodsport from these two. every time it's like, we're in Bloodsport. I'm like, all right.
If you're into strong style and like shoot wrestling, Bloodsport, even if you like
me and Sam and our shared UWF playlist.
There was just a hope. There was always a glimmer. I was just thinking, go on, just make Brock Bobby UWFI rules.
Probably would have gotten a better finish.
You put too much in hope, Sam.
Yeah,
you really do.
I know.
Once again, Inoki was a visionary in 2002.
I'm putting too much faith in Johnny Ace and Bruce Pritchard, aren't I? Way too much faith.
Have they announced Joey Janela's spring break?
Yes, it's two events.
Fucking hell.
It's
2-day thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Joey Janela's spring break. It's called the Greatest Clusterfuck.
He's
two events.
Funny the way these men swear on their programming is funny. Obviously, they don't put it out there like that, innit?
No, it's just on Fight, innit?
So, right, that's funny.
It's not actual television show.
Yeah. So. I see. What's it? What do you call it? This what's that? Is it culture? The culture thing that you're talking about
For the culture.
Have any matches been announced for that? It's just
no, I don't think.
No matches have been announced. Yeah, they just it's part of the lineup for the collective.
okay. I can't lie. GCW when they throw events like that, it's like I don't know. After the last thing I saw, I've got a sour taste in my mouth. I don't know if I'll be
Oh, the Hammerstein event, yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
I know what you mean. I mean, to be fair, for the cultures,
Has it happened
Usually
before? Is that the first time?
this is the third year.
one, yeah.
And that's a lot of black wrestlers in there.
Yeah.
It's just all black wrestlers.
Because they had,
Hoodfoot will be there, I'm guessing, isn't it?
Yeah.
almost definitely.
Hoodfoot. Big up
I think
Hoodfoot,
the last year's main event was Rich Swann versus Too Cold Scorpio.
that was a sick
Which
match.
is
Oh, yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
I love the career resurgence of Too Cold Scorpio. It's
brilliant.
Mid
It's nuts.
50s. It's amazing.
He's having the time
He's
of his
fifth,
life.
bro. You see how the way this guy's moving, fam?
Yeah. He's having
Crazy,
the time
fam.
of his life. But yeah, no, I mean, it should be good. But yeah, I do understand what you're saying in terms of like GCW. Like I've been watching them for a few years and they're very hit and miss.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
Hammerstein
they are.
event
They
was
very, very
for me very hit and miss. There was well, of course, the overbooked main event. The Moxley homicide match I really enjoyed, but I think the thing that really hampered it was the camera work, and then they had the curfew time. To which Brett Lauderdale went, I know, I'm going to fix it for the next time we do the Hammerstein, which I hope they do.
He said that live on the program.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So I really hope they get a chance to do it again.
It really was an unfortunate thing. But then again, like I said, I always think about their success gives hope of a similar thing happening here. Because I think there is enough pull. I just, maybe the demand is something. Maybe it's about promoters working together because, like, as
in UK.
yeah.
Oh, we got there's something coming up. Soft Pro, man. Check out Soft Pro. Follow them on
Soft
Twitter.
Pro.
Check out
Been
Soft Pro.
hearing-
Yeah, Sovereign Pro Wrestling. Big
Hearing
up
the
Shorty.
talk. But yeah, so I don't know what it is that might be holding part of it back. I don't really know that. I don't really know that side of the business, although I've had a couple stories from wrestlers saying about like, oh, I've wrestled in one place, so a promoter from another promotion said they wouldn't book me because I work somewhere else.
So it's like, oh, you saying like there's turf wars or something?
Or like I had one person that said that the training school that they were at, they were only allowed to work at places approved by the lead trainer. He wouldn't let them. He wouldn't let them work in other places or go to other training schools. And I'm like, get over yourself.
Because there's even, do you hear that thing that Joey Janela said about MLW?
Yeah.
So a lot of MLW don't want their wrestlers wrestling like GCW.
Yeah.
Not sure why, but yeah,
But a lot of them do though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe
Especially
something.
a lot of the luchadors, they all wrestle at GCW.
Yeah, but that's the lucha way.
They're not gonna stop it. No
them are
one's
the
stopping the
journeymen.
luchadors from moving on. Like
It's the ever-present lucha thing of what's that? You have a 90-day no compete. We're sticking a mask on you, and you'll be there in 2 days' time. Copyright. Never heard of her.
That's hilarious, man. Obviously today, when it comes out, it'll be a Friday, but today's Wednesday. We record a podcast on Wednesday. AEW. We got AEW today. Apparently, okay, not even apparently. A lot of the WWE wrestlers that got released in November and now
No competes done now.
no compete's done. They can be unlocked. They're all DLCs. You can actually go and buy them.
You can download them on community creation.
Trust me, they're all free. You can go do what you want to do. So, rumors are that Keith Lee might show up tonight. But besides Keith Lee showing up, I'm happy to see MJF versus CM Punk.
Yep.
Like I've said it over and over again. The MJF coin right now is increasing every day.
Yep.
For me personally, so
Because I know this is the thing about obviously there are people free to come in, but I know obviously everyone's very excited about Keith Lee. It's Keith Lee. We absolutely love Keith Lee on our show. I feel like we've made that abundantly clear enough times. But in terms of actual people to bring in, one person I really do want to see, hopefully from them, is Mia Yim.
I mean,
Because I think she'd be huge.
Yeah.
She'd be huge for them. But then again, like I said, I mean, it's MJF and CM Punk.
Yeah.
I'm reliving my 2011 wrestling memories and seeing CM Punk wrestle again. Yeah. I am a big CM Punk fan for all my joy and all my sins. But yeah, it is just crazy to see the level that some of the people in AEW are working at. And I mean, again, there's not enough we can really say about MJF at this point that hasn't been said already.
Yeah.
He is so good with it. He's got so much time to get even better. And I really think the only thing at this point is just AEW's just getting that flag and just going, there you go. Like, this is your place now.
In the past couple of months, there has been a few things where I'm like, that doesn't fit for me. But
Well, yeah,
what
'cause
keeps
there- 'cause
walking
there
the
was-
draw for me is MJF. When I see MJF speak or he's in a program, I'm
Yeah,
there
because
to
like
watch.
I had a couple of months ago, I had my views on MJF were changing slightly because he kind of became more, how should we say this, less snarky heel, more internet troll.
Yeah.
Of just saying stuff that was just, it wasn't even like it was well thought out, it was just being insulting. I know people are going to go, but that's just being a heel. But I'm like, there's a difference between like actually doing the work and then just saying something that
Have you
anyone
seen-
could
have you-
type
have
in
you
a
seen
comment
that TikTok?
section.
Yeah.
He can be a one-line merchant at times.
Yeah.
Trying to
The mid
understand why a lot of
thing.
people-
Yeah.
Not even just that, but it's just like just to get a cheap pop, you'll insult the hometown or whatever. Like I get it's part of it, but sometimes have a bit
That's
of
just
substance
wrestling
to you,
tradition.
I'm
at the
saying.
end.
Yeah. I think we had this discussion like a while back with
Yeah.
MJF about like because of him just being so 100% on at every point in time. It becomes like when you're 100% on, you're gonna miss a few shots and a few shots are not gonna go right. But with that being said, he's still a vital member of AEW, and I do really enjoy seeing his.
I'm looking forward to 2024 though. It's
Yeah.
gonna be very exciting.
That's going to
'Cause
be,
what I can see MJF playing that storyline, like what CM Punk done at Money in the Bank.
yeah. No,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
win the title. I'm gonna have the title for so long. Win the title. Go over to the thing and say I'm gonna leave AEW. Blah blah. And it's gonna be nice to see.
Hopefully they'll run it for more than like 2 weeks. Well, don't get
Yeah. I think he's running for a whole year. I think he's basically starting now. He's
Yeah.
saying things online. He's tweeting stuff to WWE wrestlers, and it's like, do you get what I mean? It's nice to see, but if they play it well, which I'm sure they will, it's gonna come out nice. So, and I do feel like he needs to go WWE. Just like not as like a thing where he's going there just to go and win. Just go there just to go there and come back to AEW.
Yeah.
On like do you know what they see in Monday Night War days?
Yeah.
Like you'll get like Kevin Nash or something. Not Kevin.
Which is true, but the contracts have changed this time.
Yeah, things are different.
Yeah.
now.
Can I say?
People get signed for like 3 to 5 years.
Speaking of AEW, as we're on this topic, just because I feel like it's appropriate for us to ask, what are your guys' views on Danhausen? Talk to me.
Now this is the question. I'm very intrigued
This
now.
is where it
Actually,
gets spicy. All of a
Me
sudden.
personally, I want to say something, but I haven't seen him wrestle. You've seen him wrestle, so you speak first.
I don't really have an opinion on him. I think he's good for what he does, and that's about it. I'm not dying to watch him wrestle. I've seen he's funny. I'll give him that. He has a funny spot where he does he's on the apron and he kicks them and he's dancing and he's kicking them. Like he's got a few funny things here and there, but other than that, I don't really have an opinion. And he's gonna do well. Kids are gonna love him, and yeah.
I'm gonna love him.
I think from what I've seen, the snippets I've seen, I haven't seen too much. He seems like a funny character, comedy character is what it is. I don't really. I'm not really like, oh my god, boo or yay. I'm just like, okay, he's gonna fill a comedic role. Like that's it.
To me, I'm even being deep here. I didn't pop the way certain man pops for him when he came out. I was like, oh, this guy's here now, because I saw him on the Kosherko vlog, innit, and I already knew that he was already signed to AW wanted him, innit. But I don't know what to expect. It's nice to see, because I love Mystique wrestlers, innit. So like the Boogeymans, Papa Shango, Bray Wyatt,
You can't put
Undertaker.
Danhausen's name
No,
in.
wait, but he's not. Wait, let me land first. He's not your average wrestler where he wears knee pads and he's coming in like. Do you get what I mean? He's got a character to him. It's character to him, so I like it, innit. So yeah, yes, see him wrestle, innit. I want to see him wrestle. My first time seeing him wrestle. Yes, see him wrestle.
You can watch him wrestle before you.
I know. On YouTube, but whenever I go to it, something pops up. Like today, I was gonna watch a match. I think you watched it on YouTube, innit. So it came up again. I was gonna watch it, and something else popped up.
It's all about the anticipation now
Yeah.
of
Fair
waiting
enough.
for that
Fair
match.
No, for me, I don't like that, man. If I know you're debuting, if I haven't seen you before, I have to watch you because if I have to know. If I, have to go
I
toilet or
don't.
not.
I actually don't. A lot of whenever I've moved to another thing, I go in completely blind, and then afterwards Sam just throws like 10 matches at me and goes go watch.
I want to be surprised. I can't lie. I want to be surprised.
I mean,
You'll
look.
be surprised. I don't know if it's the type of surprise you want.
I mean, as long as they give him the gradual arc, kind of like what they did with Orange Cassidy, because I know that fan hype might be too alluring for old Tony Khan there. So as long as they make it gradual rather than like push him straight away, I think more people will be fans of Danhausen.
What do you guys think the ceiling is for him?
I think I think he has a very confusing ceiling in that his actual wrestling probably isn't the biggest asset.
His character, isn't it?
It's character.
He's gonna sell though.
It's character.
The toys.
And I said the thing is, it's merch.
The merch.
They
Is he number one at the moment?
Yeah, he's number one. Yeah.
Literally, all they need to do is just let him make sporadic appearances. Let him, if he wants to wrestle,
Pop up backstage. Like, do you see how who done it good in WWE? Boogeyman, or even what's his name? Did Arsenal the type of guy that used to that?
Iconic.
Arsenal used to have his own segment back in the day, right? When he'd be backstage or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. It'd be cool.
but yeah, just like
He's at Iconics.
The Iconics had like backstage stuff that I watched religiously. every single one that came on.
Are you watching for the rest? Are you watching for the segment? Are you watching for the?
I was watching for the segment.
Are you sure?
he's a big Iconics fan.
Oh really?
I am.
Billy Kay and that.
I
Yeah.
am.
Probably only second to our friend Josh.
I am.
And he's also Australian, so I feel like he gets that point.
I am an Iconics mark with a capital M.
So are you watching Impact then? Religiously because of them.
I will be.
I love it. I respect it. That's funny. But yeah.
Just let him make appearances. Just let him say dumb stuff. Turn it into a shirt and sell it, and people will buy it.
Yeah.
Look, case in point, redeem D's nuts. That was a massive shirt seller for Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah, I remember you had that. I remember.
To be fair though, if there is not a sentence that is a bigger sum up of Eddie Kingston, it's him saying redeem these nuts.
That's hilarious, man.
Shout out to my man Eddie.
Eddie's brilliant.
He's his second favourite video editor as me.
I was there.
Yeah, me and IQ. His favourite video editor.
Do you know? Let's talk a bit about that because I feel like we spoke about it off camera.
Yeah.
But you said it for WCPW.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Make some noise for WCPW.
Trust me. You tell us
Gone
about
but
your
never
experience,
forgotten.
bro. You tell us about your experience, man.
My God, so as I said, I was only part of the post-production team, so I never really got the chance to be there live for those shows. But I edited at least the first 4 loaded.
So you're
episodes.
editing show because I've never edited a wrestling show before. So are you literally having all camera angles and doing multi-cam editing, or are you just editing on timeline like?
Multi-cam editing that was what I was usually doing, which is why
I'm sure you're editing better than WWE because WWE's multi-cam editing is mad.
Don't.
Yes.
Don't.
Live, like,
Do not.
Whoever's doing that is messing up the thing because the person that has to go back.
Please don't get me on this subject, please.
We'll
I'm
talk
begging you.
on it.
Right. Reardon, we're getting you on this subject because we want to build this heat up. Second of all, I have nothing to do with video, and even I have a deep hatred against Kevin Dunn at this point.
Yeah, it's mad. It's too much. Do you know, I get if it's like someone getting rushed in the ring and they want to hide something.
Yeah.
For example, say if someone's like trousers fell down and they're trying to hide it. Then cut back. That makes sense. But if you're just cutting when Brock Lesnar's giving someone blows and come on, man.
Pause, man.
It is.
I'd say the Rumble was atrocious in terms of
The camera.
specific
It
scenes.
is.
Yeah, it was. Still got limited. Didn't show it. Remember, still got limited. Didn't show it.
Yeah. It is on site
yeah.
at this point.
Do you know, it's switch to the hard cam,
emphasize
man.
enough. And you know what? It's the fact that like it's in my lifetime that I've seen the degradation of this.
Yeah.
It was the thing I sent Reardon. I remember it was from Raw a couple months ago. They had 13 cuts in 11 seconds of footage. How do you have more cuts than seconds of footage?
That's so much effort because you have to.
And you know what the thing is?
The
The segment was literally just someone doing mounted punches.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't need it.
This is why I watch Japanese wrestling.
Give me a solid 10 minutes where the camera does not cut a single time.
Yeah.
So what's yours? So you're obviously you was editing footage, right?
Yeah.
What would be like? Yeah, talk to me, man. Like,
So it was relatively simple with WCPW. It was a multi-cam edit. I think it was 2 to 3 cameras if memory serves me correct. It's been a while. It was 2016 when
did they capture audiences? Because I thought that look, I've been to 2 shows now, Rev Pro and Progress. I think one thing they did lack on is actually capturing audiences' reaction.
Yeah.
AEW do it good. WWE do it good. I think it's more of like a big. If you got like a bigger production, but I'm sure more time. Certain cameras aren't rolling like that, so just cut to. So did they have that? They didn't have that.
No, it was basically it's just point and shooting at all the action, which is a shame. And I feel like more like British indies that do that and will do like post stuff to VODs really need to get crowd reactions because as we've said, British crowds are the best for reactions.
They're the best.
So I mean, just watching your guys like vlog from the High Stakes, it's just like that needs to be seen.
Why is that not there?
It builds so
You should have
much
seen it,
hype.
yeah. You see when OJMO, Michael Oku got thrown off onto the table.
Yeah.
If you saw everyone's face, imagine if they captured that. Everyone's face was. We thought Michael Oku we thought he died.
Yeah,
Like, everyone was like,
shit.
everyone was like, what is happening? We can't see what's happening, but I can only see people's faces shocked and upset. People from the balcony, because I have the balcony. See people's face in the balcony. His mum's face, his dad's face, Amira's face, like his brother's face. Why that could have been part? Do you get what I mean? It helps drive the story
Should have
even
done the
more.
Britt Baker.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Like, capturing audience's reaction is so perfect, man. That's the reason why we do our vlogs, so we can show people how we actually feel at these places. But yeah, go on, bro.
So, yeah, it's just a shame. There needs to be more crowd reactions, and I feel like that needs to be, and not just even in British indies, but I feel like some American indies that I've been watching on WTV Live. I won't like name names because there's so many I've watched. There needs to be more crowd reactions.
Is that just like a lack of cameramen?
I would say it is.
Do you know what it is? I
probably
think they're
just
shook that they might miss out. Someone might miss out on Ash, because what I've realised that a lot of people. Okay, say if we're watching a match of Ospreay versus Vader, and they're in one corner, but then again they run to the other corner. They need to cut the other camera just in case. I think they're scared of that. But what they could do is have another camera guy that's there, that's just getting people's reactions, and then just switch on the thingy, the multi-track thing, just like multi-cam process, just like bam,
I think it's a big thing though that for a lot of these companies as well, they kind of come at it from the perspective of, oh, well, we do wrestling, and they kind of forget about the production side of things. So they're like, oh, when we're recording it, people just want to see the match. And,
Not all the
that's
time, man.
that's just not how it works.
It's why I appreciate guys like Kenny Johnson and Pro Wrestling Cinema who go out and do like they shoot cinematic kind of edits for their YouTube channel. Yeah, and they get
Is
the
he on
audience
YouTube?
reaction. Yeah, he does lots of
Hey,
documentaries.
write that down, please. My phone's
Kenny Johnson does loads of documentaries on indie wrestlers, but one of his great
Kenny Johnson, is he the one that done the MJF documentary?
he did the MJF.
Yeah.
Okay, I know him.
But they get lots of audience B-roll, and it's like when they cut between the wrestling and then they do like the J cuts into the talking heads and then back into the audience. It's just
Nice.
10 times better. I find
nice.
having the audience reaction there.
It's nice. You believe it much more as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's nice. And even like, for example, when Finn got busted open, Ospreay got busted open, I haven't seen. How did it look on camera?
Yeah, there was a lot of crimson, especially on.
But
Michael.
can you tell that? Can you tell how it happened, or was it just like cool? He just turned around and bam. Because
From
we
what
saw
I was
him.
watching
I
and
think
what-
we did see him like.
And what from remembering, I think I can only just. There was one moment from Michael was down, and the next minute, bleh, he's covered in it.
That we needed audience reaction. See what I mean? Because everyone's face there was like, oh shit, but yeah, oh well. Yeah. So yeah, what was the biggest match you edited for WCPW?
Gosh, I think it might have been the triple threat of Noam Dar, Jay Lethal, and Ligero. Was the one that I did because I remember that vividly because I also did the entrance video for.
That's
Noam Dar.
unfortunate now.
That is actually a bit.
Oh, you just said
unfortunate.
Mark can't even put on his
Be
show.
nice.
Mark can't even put on his show. No, like, that's
I'd be like,
yeah. So yeah, that was one of the biggest ones you've edited. Yeah.
Yeah. Shame two of the three are but still.
Were you there when Cody Rhodes had a match with Gabriel Kidd and other triple? I think it was another triple threat match. Were you there?
Unfortunately not, because it was around that time I was up getting ready to leave What Culture. So when they were bringing guys like Kurt and Cody in, and some of the numbers there, they were paying them. I'm not going to go into that because I'm still under NDA with that.
Hey.
But all I'm saying is, it'll make your eyes pop out of your head with how much they paid Kurt Angle for one.
I can but come on, it's Kurt Angle though.
I was gonna say, I think Kurt Angle has the right to demand
Yeah.
a certain level of money.
No, you're
Exactly.
paying a wrestler who's also Olympic gold medalist. Yeah.
Broken freaking neck, people.
Come on, man. I hear it 100%. Any else wrestlings this week?
No, I forgot to ask.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't ask WRESTHINGS for Ask WRESTHINGS, so yeah.
That's calm, man. Obviously the 2K22 trailer dropped today. No, gameplay dropped today.
Gameplay.
You see it?
Yeah, did.
What do you think?
I am interested, but still, I feel like everything about it looks just ever so slightly off. Obviously, it's probably still early stage, but I don't know. I feel like my trust is still so damaged from 2K20.
Yeah, 2K20.
It's like proceed with caution every time I'm getting an update with 2K22 because it's like you hurt me real bad with 2K20. I'm really hoping this time around that you can at least redeem some good faith.
I'm just like, is half the roster just going to be create a wrestler at this point? Cause
No, they've basically people that have left are still going to be in the game because obviously they signed the waiver and whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. That's awkward.
But I'll tell you what looks bad, boy, though. That Rey Mysterio showcase.
Yeah.
That looks sick. You see when
I am
they
so
cut
in
the
for
real
that.
footage and the game
Yeah.
footage? Amazing.
No, I'm so in for that. I mean, again,
Van der Lager's going to be in the game, though.
I am
Yeah.
so excited to see
Yeah.
Jushin Liger in the game. Like,
Yeah.
he's my guy. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So to actually have him in a game, I think it's the first game he's been in since WCW NWO Revenge.
Yeah, Revenge, yeah.
So that's crazy. I'm so
Well, first American
Hell yeah.
game.
First
He was in the
First
Wrestle
American
Kingdom.
game, yeah.
But he's always been in the game. He's the ties always been in, so he always makes him in it.
I'm just like, to be honest, with the 2K games, I've never really messed with them, to be quite honest. Just because I just don't trust them. I like, even before the big blow up, I never trusted them. So when I saw it, I'm like, well, that finally happened. It finally just broke. So I'm just like, we'll see. I'm not getting my hopes up, to be quite
From
frankly.
what I've seen so far, the new gameplay footage, the camera angle looks sick. I enjoy
Yeah.
the camera angle. I know you wasn't feeling it, right? But I'm sure you can
looks too
change
close,
it. You can
but
change it.
hopefully.
But
I mean,
what's... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, hopefully, if it's anything like NBA, then if you're able to change it.
Yeah,
the angle
yeah.
from the camera angle from when they're outside looks good.
That when they leave, yeah, it looks sick. Yeah,
That looks sick,
cool.
but I don't know, it looks too compressed. Like, it looks like the ring is so small. But in terms of the gameplay itself, it doesn't look too bad. It looks kind of promising.
Have you
It does look a bit glitchy, but I mean,
yeah, it's probably still early stages
Yeah.
at this point.
but the game's out in March. Like,
You see
Yeah.
game's out in a few months.
the
Time.
screenshot from the women's career mode. It's
Yeah,
Shawn
I saw
Michaels.
Beth Phoenix and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that looks
They
sick.
gave him hair, fam.
Yeah.
I need to see his hair transplant.
They rolled back the clock a couple years on that one.
I'm actually looking forward to the game.
Having that being said, it will probably be the game where I finally beat Dan because because it's like
This was a thing that I
You-
did
you-
when
you
we
was
were
doing
deep
it,
in
so-
lockdown.
That's like me and his little brother. His little brother, yeah. How old your little brother?
Smoked him. He was like 8, 9 at
I'm
the
holding
time.
this God for time. I said to him, I said, bro, when you're free, I told his little brother, I said, bro, I messaged him on WhatsApp. I was like, well, when you're free, I don't care how small you are, I don't care how young you are. Get on that train and come to my house. We're gonna play. I'm gonna defeat you for the
What's
one.
19 or 20?
Whatever game he wants to play. I said I got both.
If you got 90, my brother will still smoke you. But
Let's play. We'll play again.
He's too good at that
His
game.
brother's too much. His brother.
We've
My brother's a
still
banger.
got to have the third match in the trilogy from our Stable Wars
Yeah, we should
games.
yeah, because what happened was that the way we did it, because we weren't like in the same room, we just had the computer playing and it was
that's
like
the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Computer's annoying.
Yeah,
fam.
but you have to consider as what was it we were doing? Was it No Mercy we were doing?
It was WrestleMania 2000.
WrestleMania 2000.
Oh, so
So it's
sick.
basically No Mercy. No Mercy.
Yeah.
So, but let's just say this that AI back then was
Completely different. Yeah.
the A was correct.
The intelligence.
The I was missing.
And to that end, the what should have been the final battle for all the marbles, a cage match with a timer, ended with the timer ending in a tie.
What?
Oh yeah,
So they didn't climb the cage or nothing?
no,
They just wrestled.
they tried. they tried climbing the damn cage. They just failed, and I was like, you know what? No. So I've thrown down the gauntlet.
We did say that if we are all in the same room, then we will do one of either Def Jam Vendetta or Def Jam Fight.
Def
for
Jam
New York.
Vendetta. We can play
Make some
that.
noise for Death Jam Vendetta, man.
We can play that, bro. If you're looking to do that tournament, run it up, man. I'll be Fat Joe. Crack.
I've called Busta Rhymes, and I always will call Busta Rhymes.
Hey, do you remember how hard Fat Joe was to defeat?
Oh my god, yeah.
It was
so
I remember. No, you know who I remember being absolutely broken in Fight for New York?
Snoop Dogg.
No. Flavor Flav.
Oh, yeah.
Broken
Yeah,
as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
I can't remember what he did. I think he was he was either like some real like lucha libre or a fucking submission specialist, and like he just twist you up into pretzels, and that would be it. Game over.
Submission specialist Flavor Flav. This is the timeline.
That's hilarious.
911 was definitely a joke with him. Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious. But yeah, when you do that, please call us, man. I want to be there to play.
Oh,
Yeah.
heck
I'll be
to the
excited
ass.
to play, man.
We can get you guys in for Stable Wars sometime.
Yeah, let me know.
Absolutely.
Let me know. There's a lot of stables in our camp, so one of them being TDM, other Tokyo Merchants, and the other one being Hill FC. So Hill FC.
And
So
there's the Charlotte Alliance as well.
Charlotte Alliance. There's also
Those are the guys that love Charlotte.
Yeah.
I can be proud to say I will never join that stable.
There's also HMA. There's also God forgive if I bust my 9 club.
God forgive me and HMR are basically the same thing.
Same
This
thing.
is gonna end up.
God
in
forgive
some
me,
fucking
we the fathers of this shit.
West Side Story.
Everyone's getting the full lore at this point.
Now there's a feud between Heel FC and
TDM.
TDM.
Yeah. So we're currently beefing, but we're keeping kayfabe.
For now.
I don't think we have anything coming close to a feud. I mean,
You two.
yeah, I mean us two over who's got the win in Stable Wars, and then potentially the only other feud I have is me and then my other friends that watch wrestling and trying to get them to watch anything that isn't WWE.
I feel our kind of like our feud is with the one omnipresent wrestler in all of professional wrestling, and that's us versus Jeff Jarrett.
Oh well, no, okay, all right. You guys want our lore? In our own minds, we believe we actually re-summon Jeff Jarrett into wrestling.
How do you mean? What? Talk to me.
Okay, so basically, throughout the course of while we've been doing our show, for some reason we don't know how, whatever topic we're on, somehow, in most cases, Jeff Jarrett comes up.
So on your stable, on your
So Jeff Jarrett has just kind of become our like wrestler.
Like 6 degrees of Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, so we
He's basically our Babatunde.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So basically, we created a thing called the 6 degrees of Jarrett, which is how far removed the wrestler is from a match with Jeff Jarrett.
Okay.
Have you ever done like people being in a film with someone else and how far you are from Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
We figure with Jeff Jarrett, you can get to most people in about three matches.
That's strokes.
Let's think of someone then. Who can we think of as a wrestler?
Okay.
3 degree separation from Jack Swagger.
That's okay, yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy.
What, Jack Swagger?
Okay. I'm gonna say we don't count multi-man matches because that's the easy way out. Okay, so you got Jack Swagger. So then Jack Swagger surely had a match with Rey Mysterio
Yes.
at some point.
Have a match with Matt Hardy at ECW.
Who?
Jack Swagger. Matt Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, probably did.
Yeah.
Then you go to
Yeah,
Matt,
match with Ali, yeah.
you go to Matt to Jeff, and then Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, let's see. There you go.
Matt to Jeff, and then Jeff to Jarrett.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right, let's think of someone a bit harder.
All right, let me pop out cage match.
New Jack.
New Jack. I reckon you can do that.
I think you could do that in 2.
two.
New Jack and Shane Douglas and Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Wheeler Utah.
Okay, that's hard.
Wheeler
Billy
Utah.
Utah. Oh, bloody hell.
Okay.
That's easy.
Let me whap out cage match for this.
Someone that's definitely wrestled. No,
We're not going to count multi-man.
No.
We can't do the Hardy family.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like
Yeah.
Someone,
Yeah. So it's him. I saw you had a match with Effie.
We just created a monster on
We
this
will.
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
have.
mumbling, trying to figure this out.
He's connected to everyone.
For the next 2 hours, we're going to talk about the 6 degrees of Jeff.
That's strokes.
He's actually wrestled there, man.
Who? Jeff Jarrett? Yeah.
okay. Wheeler Yuta hasn't actually had a recorded match with Effie.
What? Are you sure?
But someone's had the match with Effie that Wheeler Utah's had the match with.
Yeah. So
So, yeah.
JD Drake.
JD Drake and Wheeler Utah most definitely have had a match. I reckon.
So I
so.
imagine that JD's had a
JD
match.
Drake has had the match with everyone. So.
Yeah. You've got to have had a match with Effie.
okay.
I was going to say, build
Okay.
the
So
suspense.
yes, Wheeler Yuta had a match with JD Drake.
Yeah.
JD Drake.
So Effie, yeah.
JD Drake to Effie.
Fuck.
Effie to Jeff Jarrett.
I'm gonna throw one out. I'm gonna throw Bruiser Brody. I wonder.
Bruiser Brody.
Now here's the thing: has Stan Hansen had a match with Jeff Jarrett? that's a real legitimate question. That could be. I mean, Jeff
Okay,
Jarrett's
Bruiser
early
Brody.
career.
Hey, do you know anything we'll notice off he said?
Yeah, knowledge.
Yeah. Pick up I'll just say, oh yeah. No.
This is why cage match comes in so handy for City.
Because I legit, we might have broken the cycle with Bruiser.
I'm
there's
taking
someone. I think
I'm
there's
taking a
someone.
bold strategy.
Oh.
Is there a website for this?
No, I'm just using.
No, not Cage Match.
Oh,
As in, like, you put a wrestler's name enough, you can find a troll to them. Because there's one on TikTok though.
We're gonna need to throw that out to the ether.
You can go from Bruiser Brody to Junichiro Tenryu, and then Junichiro Tenryu had a match with a tag team match with the Great Kabuki against Bob Orton Jr. and Jeff Jarrett.
There you go.
That Tenryu match was in 1990.
There you go. I
was it for Wrestling and Romance by any chance?
SWS.
Dang it.
Super World of Sports.
Yes.
I legitimately thought we had it there.
Let's try to think of one more wrestler.
Before you hear that, yeah.
Yeah. Has to be off left field. Like, we have to make these men work.
I got a good one. What's that Nigerian wrestler?
Oh no, not Power Uti.
Yeah, it's probably that's a dumb one. He's gonna connect quickly or connect.
I'm gonna say
Gallows. He's gonna find
Bruno Sammartino.
I think that's probably easier because Bruno.
Talari.
I don't care if he's dead. He's still fighting now.
Sorry?
Bruno Sammartino to Larry Sabisco. Surely Jeff's had a match with Larry.
Should I do Bruno Sammartino?
Yeah,
that's too easy. I think that's low key.
What about this guy here? Isaiah Scott.
Okay.
Isaiah Scott. Let's go.
Shane Strickland. Big up you, bro.
Has he gone with AJ Styles? I'm wondering.
Yeah, he has.
He has had a match with AJ.
There you go.
In TNA.
That's it. Done. Done.
I think I remember that match. It came on Bravo.
Okay. So,
Are you going to find an even more random one?
Well, I was going to say, can I just go off the bat with just direct?
I'm sure there's a match with Shane. I'm sure.
WrestleCon Super Show 2016. Brian Myers, Jeff Jarrett, Jessica Havoc, Luke Hawks, and Sanjay Dutt defeat Candice LeRae, a person I won't name, Matt Stryker, Tommy Dreamer, and Shane Strickland.
There you go.
Hold on.
That's crazy. I can't like that's a fun game to play.
Hold on. 2016 this happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not But yeah, guys, 100th episode, episode 105.
105, baby.
I've been Anafi.
Okay.
Doughboy.
Sam the VA mod.
Reardon.
And Dan.
And before we go, where can we find you? Where can people find you?
So you can find us on Twitter at Sweet Chinwag. You can find me at Sam the VA Mod, where I usually post wrestling memes and retweet everything that Dan does on the Sweet Chinwag. You can find our podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and as we always like to say, forever pending other platforms.
Hashtag always be pending.
I like that.
Always.
It's what we do best.
Yeah. So guys, catch us on the next episode 106.
This is WRESTHINGS Podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast in the world. By the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow. Pussy. Jake Cargill, I love you.
Catch you guys next week.
Right. You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you've enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.